New York City may have more commercial theaters per capita than any place on the planet. But you know, Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. Well, there's a whole world sitting right underneath this city. And it's the biggest stage with the biggest audience in the world.
Beautiful voice that I've heard in all of New York.
I've been a New York City subway performer for 23 years. People are always asking me, what are you doing here? I finally realized that the best way to answer that question would be to create a musical about the love story between subway performers and their underground audience.
We sing a song, no care for right or wrong, between you and me, you and them, us and them, who feel they chose it when we sing, and there will be moving on.
When I see people from all different backgrounds, ages, sexes, all these things coming together, and then all of a sudden there's like a community there of people that you're connecting to, and they just stop for the same reason.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed.
A lady said to us a couple of days ago, and I found that to be very profound and very true in reality at its best. She said, wow, I want to let you guys know this is you guys' ministry.
I like it. Refreshing. Yeah. I'm sold.
There was the African man at Union Square who painted an oil. He took like 3 hours during my whole shift there at Union Square to paint an oil canvas. He said, I have no money, but this is my gift for you.
I'm working with a fantastic playwright named Barbara Damashek. Barbara was nominated for 3 Tony Awards, including Best Book of a Musical for the Broadway production of Quilters. To create the raw material for the script and musical score of our show, Barbara's been interviewing our cast of New York City subway performers.
Music is my heritage. My whole family kora players. You know, kora is traditional musical instrument that passes down from father to son, from father to son, from father to son, for many, many generations. You know, up to me.
We have 100 hours of interview footage, and the script will be created from that. Every single one of the subway performers has an amazing story, and some of those stories really fly in the face of a lot of the misconceptions that so many people have about what a street musician is, what a subway performer is. Namely, that we're only doing this until we get a real gig above ground.
I went and performed with Michael Jackson on stage with 65,000 people in the audience. The next day, I said bye to Michael Jackson. I went right in the street with my radio and I started dancing. This guy said, hey, yo, ain't you that Roger G? I said, yeah. He said, wasn't you at the concert last night? That was you on stage, right? I said, yeah. He said, what the hell are you doing in the street? I said, excuse me, but I am down to earth. This is where I belong. This is what I do.
That's fabulous.
I'm not gonna get swollen because I work with Michael Jackson, but I appreciate what he gave me He gave me the opportunity, but this is what Roger G really does. This is what Roger G loves. So whether from the streets to the balcony seats, I'ma keep it real. I'ma do my thing. Because it's the same thing to me. Theater to the streets or street to the theater.
Thank you, City for the love. We are the Hit Squad. Please show your love. It's what we do to make people happy. Thank you.
One time I met a couple, they were on their way to the 25th wedding anniversary and they seen me playing. They said, "To hell with the club, we're partying right here."
The nice part about the subway performance is you never know when it's going to strike you or it's going to hit you or when you're going to go around the corner and hear something that intrigues you. Usually when I'm walking are my only 3 minutes to think about some problem, resolving some issue, usually for a client, but sometimes for myself or my friends. And this takes me away from that. It stops me in my tracks and reminds me that there's a real world out there and you can take 2 minutes and smell the flowers.
Paparazzi, because you've been following me since the incident.
You know, there's something about live performance and the extemporaneous quality of that and the opportunity for the audience to interact with the performer.
Like any love story, ours is going through a rough patch. And in our case, it's caused by this 21st century phenomenon called too much information.
Digital technology can be used in some wonderful ways, but I also think it has laid a trap for us. We need to find a way to recover a more visceral and active, real-time, analogical engagement with reality and with other people.
So when someone stops to listen, it's this incredible feeling. And sometimes people even say, "You made me miss my train." I mean, that's like better than a great review in the New York Times. And that's why we keep coming back down here. That's why we play here. Even though we do other gigs, it's what keeps us coming back. And it's what we do for love.
I always feel that if I'm too good or too proud that I can't sit up on the street corner,
Right.
I quit. I'll walk away, you know, and it just keeps me humble.
We come from South America, Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, Chile, Argentina, whatever country, with our dreams, with our culture, with our roots.
All of a sudden I would use a metaphor, into the smog and the smoke and the haze of the working day, a ray of sound or a ray of light is coming in a sense that it illuminates and you say, wow.
People need it more than they realize they do. You know, so when it is there, they just like, you know, it's like a cold drink of water on a hot summer's day or in the desert or something. Like, you know, they just soak it up.
There's a certain quality
that has just been elevated by this moment. And now I can feel better about myself, now I can feel better about my day. Maybe it brings a smile on my face. Maybe there's a spring in my step, and maybe I say something to somebody I wouldn't have. You know, maybe I'm a little kinder. I don't know.
It's New York. If I'm in New York on the street singing, it don't get no more official than that.
Right.
You know, you in the Mecca of the
You
world.
are on Broadway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's live. It's live. It's really live. You know.